Linux kernel interview question and answers. 1. What is a kernel, and what does it do? Answer for this question is, the kernel is part of the operating system and is responsible for tasks like allocating memory, schedule processes, control CPU. 2. How do you find out which kernel version your system is using? Answer for this question is, you name a command. 3. What is a Linux kernel module and how do you load a new module? Answer for this question is, kernel modules are pieces of code that can be loaded and unloaded into the kernel upon demand. They extend the functionality of the kernel without the need to reboot the system. To load a kernel module, we need to run modprobe module_name as root. Example, modprobe wacom. We can unload a kernel module by running modprobe-r module_name as root. Example, modprobe-r wacom. 4. Explain user space versus kernel space. Answer for this question is, the operating system executes the kernel in protected memory to prevent anyone from changing and risking it crashing. This is what is known as kernel space. User space is where users executes their commands or applications. It's important to create this separation since we can't rely on user applications to not tamper with the kernel, causing it to crash. Applications can access system resources and indirectly the kernel space by making what is called system calls. 5. What are system calls? What system calls are you familiar with? Answer for this question is, the system call is the fundamental interface between an application and the Linux kernel.